Hello, hello.
Hello. Is anyone out there?
It's a mom's night out.
What's up? How's everybody doing?
Welcome back. It's a mom's night out.
Woo.
What do you have over there, Mandy?
I have champagne ready to go.
Let's get that poppin'.
Oh, wow.
Well,
I love you guys. That is the best sound ever.
Best
that was a
sound.
great pop.
That
my
was
favorite.
good pop.
That was. Someone, the champagne gods were watching.
So while Mandy is pouring us glasses of champagne, I thought I would kick us off tonight. We have a juicy topic.
Woo.
Yeah. Let's get right into it, Jenny. What is it?
Mean girls are everywhere. Yeah. A lot of experience with mean girls. So I think that this is a heavy topic. Lots to discuss.
Controversial topic.
Probably a little controversial, yeah.
I'm sure there's some mean girls out there listening,
Yeah.
quivering in their seats, shaking in their boots.
Don't worry. I'm not going to call anybody out by
Nobody's
name.
being called out. No one's being called out.
I can
Okay.
be called out by
I love
name.
this. I
I'm just
love this
kidding.
topic
Me too.
because quite literally, mean girls are everywhere.
Yes.
And I think what we wanted to get across in this episode is that just because you grow up and you have kids and you're a mom doesn't mean that mean girls go away.
No, it's true. They're everywhere. They're at work.
Yep.
They're in your mom group.
Yeah. They're in your kids' classes.
Oh, gosh. Yes.
Yeah, there's kids that are mean girls. The mean girls are everywhere.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
they're sometimes even the teachers of your kids.
Oh yeah, mean girls at
Oh,
daycare.
gosh. Hope
Yeah.
not. But yeah, I guess that's true.
Mean girl teachers. I haven't encountered one of those yet, but yeah, we'll get into that.
No, it's going to be, wow, we have a lot of
We
ground
have
to
a lot
cover.
of ground to cover.
So let's dive in.
Yeah.
Should we start with mean girl moms?
Yeah. Let's
Yeah.
start there.
Okay. I don't know about you guys, but I think I was naive and I was like, oh, once you're a mom, mean girls go away.
Yeah, like we're all moms. Let's all connect. We're all like going to go skipping into the sunset, kumbaya. But it sometimes is even more of a mind fuck than when you were in high school or college.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys felt that way.
Yeah. No, definitely. You're a little more vulnerable, especially making new friends. You're in like,
Yes.
maybe you've settled into a new town. It's your first child and you just are so hungry and eager for a friend who can relate to you on all facets of life.
I know.
And then it's not what you were expecting.
100%.
Yeah.
You're like, shit, what did I just get myself into?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a crummy feeling.
Like very isolating.
Mm.
And you're just like, am I ever? I remember when we first moved to Linfield, like wondering if I was ever going to find a group of friends again.
Like, I'm going to have to move to a different town.
Yeah. Or like, I'm just going to have to sell my children and move back to the city because it's really hard. Like it almost felt like dating
It's so true. It is kind of like dating.
Yeah.
or like, you would go to an event or like to a group and you would see like 3 or 4 moms and you'd walk in being like the only, one mom and like nobody would even turn and look at you,
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I agree. That
Yes.
happened. And it's almost, to your point, you're at your most vulnerable stage where you're almost in this desperate attempt to find friends, right?
Yes.
That you normally wouldn't. I think all of us growing up have been, we have our friend group and, you're not desperate for a friend, but when you're a new mom, you're like, I just need a mom friend. And so I feel like you put up with a lot of shit that you normally wouldn't put up with.
I think it's relatable to anybody, even if you're not a new mom. Like I moved to San Francisco after undergrad and I had my roommate who moved with me, who was a girl. But other than that, I had a bunch of guy friends out there, no girlfriends. And
So
that was really lonely.
So you were searching.
Sorry, guys. Yes, totally was searching. I was interviewing. Like I was like
Interviewing.
anyone who would be my friend,
You're
I
like,
would be your
"Yo,
friend.
Let's go.
Like anybody.
Yeah.
but it feels weird. Like you're trying to be like, all right, now do we exchange phone numbers?
Yeah.
Do we like connect on social media? Like, yeah, it's all kind of bringing back a lot of my early days after like having my first kid of going and trying to meet friends in town and like doing the weird dance of like, then you would reach out to people and be like, hey, we're going here. Like, maybe you come. And then like the excuses would start rolling. And you kind of get to like the third or fourth time. We're like, okay, I'm not going to reach out to this person anymore.
Well, and I don't necessarily think that's a mean
No,
girl.
not a mean girl.
Right? Like that's
Yeah.
just like for
We
whatever
went down a
reason,
different path
you weren't-
here.
Yeah, you weren't connecting. But to your point, I feel like you start getting in with these people, you're becoming friends with these people.
Yeah.
Something doesn't feel right. And so, I don't know. My question to you guys, we could talk about mean girls all day, but like what advice would you give to moms listening? Like what do you do when your gut starts telling you you're encountering this mean girl? Something is happening. This doesn't feel right.
Well, I think the mean girl is first to define them. Like, I remember you would try to reach out to people and all of a sudden you would see like, oh, like asking people if they were like free for the weekend, right?
Yeah.
And then they'd make up some lame excuse. And all of a sudden you'd see like, oh, they were here with this group of people.
Yeah.
It's like,
Excluding.
yeah.
Yeah.
How bad
so
is
your
that?
question, so that's, you're asking, what is a mean girl, right? Like, so someone who's excluding specific people.
Gossiping about other people.
Oh, the
Yes.
gossip is so bad.
Cutting you down in like ever so slight ways. We were like, wait, was that a
The
dig?
comparing of the kids.
Oh gosh.
Like that used to be one of my worst things. I'm like, oh, is Ava doing X, Y, and Z yet? Because so-and-so is doing X, Y, and Z.
Yeah.
It's
Is
like,
she Picasso? Can she color? She
Yeah.
is Picasso, but can she color and can she recite Mozart?
is she speaking 3 or 4 languages yet?
Oh my God.
Those are mean girl moms. Okay. So that's helpful.
You're right.
You
Yeah.
just hit it nail on the head. The mom comparisons and mean girl moms and talking about what their kids can do and asking if your kid can do that yet, or like making little comments and digs at your kids. That's a mean girl mom.
Or talking about the other mom in line and about like who that one is and
Yeah,
how
like
she's
trying to
doing this.
drag you into the, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm like, wait, I don't even know you. Why are you trying to get me to talk
Yes.
about like somebody I'm friends with?
Yes.
I don't like that.
I fell victim to that in the very beginning of making new mom friends. I totally listened to other people's unsolicited advice, like opinions on other people. They're like, oh, this girl is this. Don't talk to her. You should talk to her. That's bullshit.
And then you
fucking hate
followed
that.
it, and then you missed out on probably somebody who was
Yeah.
really like a gem.
I agree. Like, and to anyone who I did that to, full fledged, I acknowledge and I'm sorry for that. I was at a point so desperate for friendships that I listened to what others were saying when I feel like I really shouldn't have.
Yeah.
Do you feel like you did that?
Yeah, no, definitely. I definitely, you're like trying to roll with the punches, trying to like fit in and find your groove. And like in the process of doing that, you exclude certain people or you push people away that actually probably would have been your probably good friends
No,
or a good
and
fit
you're
for you.
so desperate. Like you're getting this call from this one
Yeah.
person to hang out, and then you're there, and you're like, okay, well they're talking bad about this person. You just kind of have to go with it.
Yeah. It's
And like
really-
I'm looking back, and I feel
I
really
wish I had
shitty
that.
about it.
Yeah.
I feel like we've all learned to make our own opinions and
Yes.
have our own thoughts on people. But starting out, I totally listened to other people, and some of them,
Yes.
some of it was the truth, and some of it wasn't.
Yeah.
And I think like look out for that, ladies. Right, like that girl
Yeah.
that's like in your ear, like this girl's this girl's that. Someone that you've newly met. Like it's one thing to like gossip and chit chat with your best girlfriends when you have a squad.
Oh, yeah.
Because we're all guilty of that. Someone new who's like feeding you information on others. Red flag.
Trust your gut.
Oh.
Mean girl alert.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust your gut on that.
No, trust your gut. And I feel like there's so many times I look back, and I should have trusted my gut, but I was, a little bit like, all right, so like so-and-so was inviting me, like, ooh, I don't really want to go, but I went. And then afterwards, when you hang out with some people and you just at the end of the day
You feel the ick.
yeah, you feel icky, or you don't feel great about how you acted in that situation.
Yeah. Yes.
And there's some groups that I would hang out with, and I couldn't be myself, or I'd come home and just be like, oh,
Shit, that
I
was
know.
a soul suck.
I
Yeah.
know. Oh, that's
Right?
the worst feeling. Oh, yeah.
get it?
Friendship should be easy.
Friendship
right?
should be easy.
Agree.
I think we talk about this all the time. I mean, we're lucky now we found each other, but they should be easy. And when they're not, you have to trust your gut.
And it's hard
Yeah.
because I look back and I'm like, would it have, yeah, it's hard because like at the same time you're wanting to go out, you want to meet new friends, but it doesn't feel great. Like, how do you get through that?
I know. Okay, so let's also take a step back. So mean girls are not just in your mom group friends, or
Oh yeah.
they're in other places.
Oh, yeah.
So what about like in the workplace? Because I've experienced a lot of mean girls in the workplace.
Yeah, I feel like Jenny, I feel like you totally
I know
talk
I've
about
vented
that a
to you guys
lot,
about it.
but it's true. They're,
Yeah.
Oh, I've had a few
they're
too.
everywhere, and they're definitely in the workplace.
And I feel like those are the most like soul crushingly disappointing because
Yeah,
like as a female, like rising the corporate ladder, I love to find a woman, especially if I'm interviewing, I love to find that female, empowered female who I'm like, oh my gosh, this woman is a boss. Like she has impressive work history. She is like, I want to be her. And then, you know, I take the job and I'm like, could not have been more wrong. Like trusted my gut and my gut led me in the wrong direction. And she's like cutting women down and she's like gossiping about people. And yeah, she might be able to like manage the men in the boardroom, but like she's disappointing on all other levels. And
Jenny,
you just
I
are like,
have
ugh.
such a similar experience.
Oh, share.
No, when a previous job, I had like always had this woman kind of as a mentor. And then I started reporting into her and it was awful.
Ugh.
Like you would be one-on-ones and she'd be like, yes, great idea. And then you would go into a group meeting and all of a
take your
sudden,
idea?
yep, she would like cut you at the legs.
That's
No,
the worst.
how?
Like throw you under the
What a
bus.
hoe.
And you guys, I did not last very
Yeah.
long and I left and I went to a different company.
That's good though. That's good advice for somebody
yeah.
who's listening in. So how do you handle like a mean girl at work?
At work. That's such a great question. I think you hit it.
Yeah, I
nail on
mean,
the head.
this was hard because I had moved, like I made a big move to go work under this woman. And it was hard because one of my great friends at work was also going for the same job. And I took it and I felt really guilty about leaving at the end of the day. But I remember having to be like, hey, you're actually really lucky that you didn't have to go through what I went through with so-and-so boss. And it was just very toxic. And I left and I went to a different company and I started reporting into a male who actually turned out to be the best thing for my career. Like,
That's
was
amazing.
very supportive.
So
yeah.
sounds like you set a boundary, right?
Oh,
Like you were
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
so.
No,
and
I wasn't
think-
going to take it. Like, don't give me shit.
Yeah.
Like,
So I think that's like what we were like. What do you do when you encounter a mean girl in the workplace? You
Yeah.
set a boundary,
Yeah.
right? I think you almost have to like go
Yeah.
internally. Like, I think for you guys, Jenny and Mandy are very good at doing this. They're more stoic in situations.
You
guys
screw
will
me
learn
once,
this.
goodbye. I will never talk to you
Yeah,
again.
but you guys also like keep it closer to the vest. Like me, Katie, I wear my heart on my sleeve and I'm all in right from the get-go. And so that would be very hard for me, right? Like I think
Yeah.
you guys do a great job of setting a boundary, keeping it stoic, having like a work persona and also, you know, a home persona. And I'm just me all the time. I've also been very lucky in my career. You guys know my mentor. I have the most incredible
Yeah.
You do.
mentor ever. Shout out Lori. I hope you're listening. But, you know, she's someone who is like all for female empowerment. She has taken my hand and brought me along and gotten me to where I am today. And that's not the norm.
No, that is
No.
rare. You're so lucky.
It really is. I
Yeah.
mean, the company that Lori and I worked at a company. I'm probably saying too much, but whatever. We worked at a company previously, and there was a executive female there, and she claimed to be, you know, women empowerment and support women, and she actually did the opposite to what you guys are saying,
Yeah.
right? Like she
Yeah.
shouted from the rooftop. She was like, "I take care of women," and she didn't, and that felt obvious to me. And it's hard. And I
Yeah.
think, and by the way, I ended up leaving that company. I was
Yeah.
like, I'm out.
Yeah.
It pushed you out. Yeah.
So set a boundary. Don't be scared to leave. I think in the workplace.
But yeah,
environment.
keep your options
Yeah.
open. But also I think as like fellow females that are like, I think the best thing you could do is also like take note, like, hey, when I'm in that power position, like I'm not going to treat anybody like that. Hey.
Especially in like in a big
Yeah.
public meeting. Like if you want to give somebody feedback and they are young and they are starting out, do it in private.
100%.
I agree. And turn around and help pull the women behind you up. Right?
Yeah.
Like all of us have had help along the way. Be that woman, be the Lori, turn around, put your hand out and pull the women up and
Yeah.
give them constructive criticism, constructive feedback, promote them.
But also in the workplace, besides like having people above us who have not been nice, what about peers? Like the mean girl peers are the ones who act like your friend and want to go to lunch, but then come to find out
They're making fun of you.
they're or throwing you under the bus or trying to steal your work or like
get you fired.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's actually insane.
Yeah. I have one in particular I'm thinking of.
Yeah, like
and
I
she
never thought.
she like destroyed me for a half a minute. And then I was like, wait, this is not who I am. I know who I am. But it took a long time for me to like climb out of that rut that she put me in. And shame on her.
And it's funny. We were friends when you were going through that.
I know.
But you didn't share it when you were going through it. You shared it after.
Because it's embarrassing.
It is
like kind of.
I know. We
And
also weren't on the level that we're on today. So I think you could probably connect with so many people listening. Like you didn't have that like core. I mean, you did have that core group of girls, but we weren't that core group of girls for you yet. And so it was hard to trust anyone. Like you didn't know if you could trust us at that point.
I know.
Yeah, it actually does take a big, like, you start to know, like, can I trust anybody?
100%. Yeah. I feel like I didn't even really get open up to Mike about it. But yeah, she was ruthless. And karma's a bitch.
So how did you well, how did you handle it? Like what did you do? Like
she turned other people on like against me. And I could sense it. And I just like stayed my route and I knew my value and what I was bringing the organization and kept plowing ahead, kept my head down. And I did it. I achieved every goal I set out to achieve. And so then those people couldn't help but be like, oh, wait a minute.
Jen's an animal.
And then, they all opened up about what had really happened. And yeah, I'll never I see you.
No, I'll never forget.
Hope you're listening.
Yeah.
No,
but like
we're talking about you.
Similar situation. Like I never had somebody go over like that, but like people who would, try to like peers who would try to act like your friend and they'd always want to go to lunch and be like, oh, give me like career advice or what positions are you trying to go to? And then you would watch them like play you and try to then climb over your back. It's like, I'm not fucking dumb. I see what you're doing. Go fuck yourself. I have a package of bologna in my car. And I'm going to bologna your car.
Yeah. If anyone's car gets bologna,
it wasn't me.
It wasn't us.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mom's name.
Wasn't Mom's name.
We maybe gave them the idea.
It's just, I don't know. Like we are all like, I don't know why people just can't play nice.
So let's dissect that.
Yeah.
Because I think that's an interesting topic to get into, right? Like, so there's mean girls. We know they exist. They never go away. Even when you're a mom, like it starts on the playground when you're a kid. It's through college. It's through after college. You're a mom. And then it turns into, mean girls in the workplace, mean girls everywhere. But like, I think what's important to remember about mean girls, like it's not you, it's them.
Oh, yes. 100%.
It's not me, it's you.
Yes.
So, because as women, I feel like we're all very self-reflective. And women try to go internally and they're like, what did I do wrong in this situation? Yeah. Why did this happen to me? And I think in terms of talking about mean girls, it's not about you.
Yes.
It's about them and they're insecure and they're unhappy maybe.
I think you could be a therapist.
Oh, thanks.
No, but that is so accurate. It is them and it's their insecurities and they're projecting that on you and to their peers who are like, maybe don't have the confidence to stand up to them and be like, hey, that's not accurate or whatever it might be.
I mean, don't get me wrong. It's still very hard to brush it off, even when you know that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, I mean, I'm like taking my own, like,
I know.
I should take my own advice. It keeps me up at night and eats me alive.
Oh.
But so, yeah, like what, I think this is good for like the listeners. Like, what do you guys do when you encounter a mean girl? Like, what's the strategy?
I think to quote Real Housewife Meredith Marks, I'm disengaging. I
Yeah.
disengage.
That's good advice.
Right? Like just a bully can't bully you if you don't engage with them.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So disengaging, non-response. You know that's hard for me. Mandy's
I know.
like looking
It's
at
so-
me like, what are you talking about?
You have actually, though, I have
Right?
seen huge growth in you.
Oh, yeah. Huge.
I'd have you guys to thank though. Like
We'll
just,
get into that of how we lift each other up.
just don't engage with the mean
Yeah.
girl. I think that's it.
True.
Kill them with kindness. I also
Yes.
love that.
Yes,
As a
gonna say
strategy,
that.
Like,
Kill them with kindness.
yeah.
What can some asshole say to you if you are just okay?
Yeah.
No problem.
Like, oh,
yeah.
I know you're doing this event that weekend. Okay, well, I have this, and I hope you can come.
Yes. Something like that. No, but you're right. Kill them with kindness. You give them no angle to hold against
you do the
Yeah,
best
Jen's
job
the
of all
best.
of us. Like we're here,
I
we
can't.
are preaching to the Mandy and I are like, kill them with kindness. We'll fuck you up. And Jen's like, yeah, that's a great idea.
But Jen actually
Jen
can.
actually
Yeah, I do that.
emulates
I do that.
kindness.
You'll see. You guys know I have no poker face, so you guys will be like, kill him with kindness, and I'll.
Mandy's
guys will
like
know.
sitting there with her middle finger up. She's like, oh, fucking
Staring you
Do
down.
you want to come over?
yeah.
I love it though.
Like, yeah. And
Okay.
sometimes you just gotta walk away.
You do. Sometimes you just gotta know when it's time to tap out.
Exactly.
Like, bye bye.
Okay, what about Mean Girls? And like, you know, this is like a hot topic too, but Mean Girl kids, right? Because we all have, specifically the three of us have daughters. Jenny has 2 daughters. I have 1 daughter, Katie, and Mandy has 2 daughters. Okay, so it's girls because I have 2 sons and they're little, but I am not seeing the same stuff that I was seeing at our daughter's age. And so Mean Girls start at a young age.
Oh God.
And why is that?
Well, they're copying their mothers.
Yeah, I think they take a beat from the moms. They see how the moms
Exactly.
like talk about other women, treat other women, and they pick up on it.
Exactly. So I think like if you're a girl mom, like and you're listening, like your daughter is taking cues from you. The way you speak, the way you treat others, and you know, the way you interface with your friends, and like they're always watching.
They're watching
Always
and they want to be
watching.
like you.
I hear my daughter says the word literally all the time because they're like little parrots because
They
I
are.
say literally all the time. But imagine if I was treating my friends poorly, how my daughter would treat her friends. I feel like we all have really sweet, and by the way, our daughters are all friends. I think that's because they know we're all friends. And PJ talks about the fact that we're all friends all the time.
Yeah,
I got to
they
give you
know.
a little
So does
story of
Reese.
how she's like mimicking you. So tonight I dropped PJ off after a sporting event, and I walked her inside Katie's house, and I like get her all set up, and I was like, PJ, okay, what are you going to go upstairs and do? She was like, Miss Amanda, you said I have to go upstairs. I have to go to my bedroom, put
Aw.
jammies on, brush my teeth, and go to bed. And then she goes, okay, you're going to get home safe. And she goes, I love you. I'll see you Saturday.
That's so
And it was like
sweet.
literally the cutest thing. So I walk out the door and I close the door, and she is at the door, the front door, pounding on it, waving goodbye.
I could hear. I thought. Thank you.
That I
You
get
were
locked out.
inside. No, because I was like, "What's going on down there?" That's the cutest thing I've ever heard.
No, I
That is
texted
so
Katie right away, and I
sweet.
was
She
like,
did,
oh my
but
God.
like
I know that's such a good example.
our girls are friends, and
Yeah.
even like they even list each other off as friends all the time, right?
Yes.
Like they're like, "And my best friends are."
Yeah,
So they're seeing our friendships and they're emulating them.
But they're also so kind to others outside of just
Agree.
us.
I agree.
agree.
But I feel like we try to be really kind. Like, right? I feel like we've been so busy with the podcast lately.
I
So
know. Sorry.
shout out to everyone out there who's been trying to hang out with us. We love you. We've been pouring our hearts and souls into this podcast. But truly, I feel like I really do try to be kind to everyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
that's true.
And there's so many great women, right? And there's
Yeah.
so little time. Like, we all have so little time.
Yeah.
So that's the other thing, right? Like,
How do you find time?
yeah, like Mean Girls, and like, I'm sure we've all been a mean girl in someone else's story
Mm-hmm.
before, right? Because
Yes.
everyone has their own story. But I think if you could just like, this sounds so lame saying this out loud, but if you can like lead with love, and I just feel like, I'm sorry, but I just feel like
I feel like this is going to be a neon sign in Katie's
lead
house.
with love. Like everyone's fighting their own battle. I don't know. I remember.
I agree.
I
agree.
remember specifically when we joined a mom group, a mom board, and like, without saying too much, like, there was someone in the group that was like not connecting with a lot of people, and she's a lovely person, and she just like does her own thing. She has different interests than the women in the group. And I remember feeling at some point, and I feel like I've connected with this woman, and I feel like, not to like give myself props, but I feel like other people were like, oh, she's not like me, I'm not going to connect with her.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
Like, I feel like it's so easy to be like, no, I'm not connecting with her, but like, I don't know, like, show people kindness.
Yep.
So we're all fighting battles that we don't know about. And I just feel like women can be so freaking mean.
They're so mean.
Well, I think personally, people think I'm a mean girl because I take a while to warm up.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I am a little bit shy at first, and I like to evaluate a situation. I like to analyze it. So like in a new social setting, I'm really not going to like open up. I'll say hi, and that is probably it. It's hard. And then secondly, when I see you out again, I'm probably not saying hi. One, because I can't see you. My eyesight's not great. And then two.
That happens to me. Wait.
Yeah.
I can
that's
relate
all
to
the
that
time
so
at the gym.
much.
Katie and I will be at the gym. Katie's like, can you tell me who that is over there? And I'm like, I actually can't see either.
You guys, I'm not supposed to wear my contacts, so I wear my glasses. You can't wear your glasses working out at the gym. I do. But honestly, if I snub you off to Amanda's points, because like I literally can't see you, I'm so
Or sometimes I get afraid. I don't want to say hi to you because I'm afraid that you're not going to remember who I am.
Yeah, or say hi back. Wait.
Which is weird. It's a really fucked up mind thing.
No, I get it.
That's a good point. And I feel like we talk about this all the time, Jen. Like, how about women who, I feel like when I meet someone and I don't know their name, I don't give a shit. I'm like, hi. I give them a hug. I'm like, what's up? My bestie. Like, I hate when I've met someone.
I know.
300 fucking times and they're going to pretend like we've never met before. They're like,
yeah.
Hi, I'm sorry.
That is a turnoff for
What's
Katie.
your name? What's your name? I'm like, bitch, you know my name. You've Googled me. You know my Facebook. You've stalked my photos.
I just saw you watch my Instagram story.
You watched my Instagram story. Cool. Why are we pretending like we don't know each other?
I know. I don't know why they do that.
Like, what the heck? I'm actually the opposite. I'm like, I met someone. I've never met someone, but I see them in town and I'm like, oh my God, how was your trip to Aruba? Did you have fun at your mom's
Katie just saw their social media
anniversary
profile like update. Thanks to her besties.
But this is why
I'm like
it's great.
I'm in the middle of the two of you. I'm super conservative and reserved.
Yeah.
I feel like, but I will say hi if I think I know them because I'm terrified of like not saying hi if we've met before, like if they're friends with one of my kids or if I met
Gives
them
me
at a
such
social
anxiety.
setting.
Yeah.
But yeah,
You guys have actually brought me out of that hole. I feel like a little bit more sociable to say hi to people.
And now we have a
have
podcast,
to.
so now we're really fucked, guys.
yeah. Now everyone knows.
Guys, how about this? Come up and say hi to us. Like, we're actually really nice.
Yeah, we are.
Okay.
So
and if I
nice.
don't know your name, I'm gonna pretend like I know your name. Feel lucky tonight. Someone was saying hi to someone behind me, and I was like, "Hi." And she's looking. She's like, "No,
Not
She's
you.
like, not
no,
you.
bitch. I'm not talking to you." And
We don't know each
the lady
other.
she was saying hi to was like, "Were you talking to me?" And she's like, "Yeah, I don't know that girl."
Jesus.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Wait, so what kind of friends are you? I mean, I know, but listeners don't know.
What do you mean?
Like how would you describe yourself as a friend? Like what are your strengths as a friend? What do you bring your friendships?
Oh shit. Everything my whole life. Like, hi, nice to meet you. I'm going to tell you my life story.
No, you're ride or die. We
I'm
are
ride or
say
die,
you're ride
but
or
I'm,
die,
I'm
too.
like all or nothing.
Yeah.
Right? Like I'm like, hey, like also I attract all the crazies.
You do. You actually attract every crazy. We could be in Miami and they're coming over to talk to Katie.
I know.
Help.
What is that about you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Psychic said it's my
We
aura.
need to have a psychic on
It's my
here with
aura.
us.
We're gonna
to
need a
talk,
psychic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to talk about that.
Yeah.
What kind of friend are you, Mandy?
Ooh, I think once you become like, once I let my guard down with you,
You're all in.
You're all in.
You're very loyal.
Like it
Yeah.
takes a while. It takes a really long time, but once you're in, you're in. And I
also
will.
ride or die though. Like you'll
Yeah.
never forget a birthday. You'll never forget.
Oh, God, no.
I'm going through something hard. Jen's going through something hard. You remember.
Yeah.
You ask like how our kids are doing. You are so genuine and personable.
It takes a while to get there.
I know, but it's
Like I got to bring you in, but now you're not getting rid of me. Also, we're in a business together, so you
Yeah.
really,
Well, yeah.
you really can't.
Absolutely.
That's true, but
But it
yeah.
takes a while. Like I like to. It's like my mind. Like I analyze and I overanalyze, and I got to collect data on everybody. And once I'm like, yeah, you check the boxes, I hold you close, and I'll hold you close forever.
I agree.
I love that.
Jenny, how about you?
I would have said I'm very loyal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I am loyal.
that's
You
why
are.
we're all
Yeah.
together.
You'll fight a hoe at a bar.
Oh,
yeah,
she will.
Like
With
I'll
you.
be the kindest person at the bar
Agree.
until you fuck me or one of my friends.
I agree.
But you also are
Yes.
super thoughtful.
You're so.
Oh, I would
you're
have said that about me.
Yeah.
Are you
Are
serious?
you kidding?
No.
You're the best gift giver. Like,
Yeah.
Anytime Jenny comes to your house, she rolls up with like a
Yeah.
hydrangea plant.
Yeah.
Like
Your
a bottle
favorite type of wine that you never
Yeah.
knew you loved.
Yeah, you never like you maybe told her once that it was your favorite, and then like she baked you an apple pie
No.
with apples
Yes.
from her orchard in the backyard.
No,
Yeah.
I didn't. Yeah.
Yes, you did.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's
literally.
yeah. That's
Jeez,
you.
guys. Thanks.
You're the best gift giver.
But back to
So Mean Girls, don't get yourself some
Sorry.
friends like these. Not
no,
Mean Girls.
and I think we gotta end on like once you. We'll have an episode of like how do you? I don't even know how we found each other. Just
Oh.
kind of happened, but like once it
we
clicks,
were, we
it
were our
clicks.
true selves. You know what? You guys watched me bitch someone out, and that's when we became really good friends. Truly. So
True.
I think like how to avoid Mean Girls, like trust your gut, be yourself,
Yeah.
and you will find your people eventually. And don't give up. Don't
Yeah.
settle.
That's so important. Don't settle.
That is true. You know what? There were a
Yes.
lot of times I thought I was gonna like have to settle in
Like you're like, this is not my town. This was not my group.
and feeling
no,
ick.
keep
to miss
going.
home.
Don't settle. I feel like these
It'll happen
are
for you.
some of the strongest friendships that I have formed. And we have a couple other friends that aren't on the podcast with us too. So I don't want to
Yes.
leave them out, but we have such an incredible group of women.
do.
Yes.
We uplift each other.
Yes.
We give each other shit, but we like love each other hard.
We have actually in the past couple of years, like we are like the best versions of ourselves. I actually never would have ever imagined
with the Mean Girls.
where I would have been.
I actually
I
agree.
love that.
I agree with that. And because we didn't settle. So don't settle for Mean Girls.
No,
And
not worth it.
Trust your gut.
Trust your gut. Set your boundary. And what else did we say? Disengage.
Disengage.
It's true though.
I mean, I think we gotta like cheers to that.
Yeah. Cheers, ladies.
Fuck the Mean Girls. Girl power.
Also, come hang out with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're always open to just
We're
ask
always
Katie. She'll-
accepting new friendships. So
We are.
come join us.
And
We
I'm
are-
sorry if I don't say hi. Again, I'm just insecure. I
Yeah.
don't want to say hi.
I
because
can't
don't know if
see
you're
you.
not
I
gonna
can't
know.
see you. Your face is blurry. So just like walk really close to me and say
Or just say hi, Amanda. I'll be like, oh my God. Or Mandy. Sorry. Hi, Mandy.
yeah, Mandy. You're Mandy now.
I'm Mandy now.
All
Guys,
right.
I think that was it.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, guys. Love you all.
Good night.
Good night.